Hello. Hello. Aywa. Hello. Excuse me. The order, man. Hey, keep quiet. I can stop him. Hello, my friend. You are not the convener of this meeting. We have heard your point. What is your purpose? Don't disrupt the people's meeting. Excuse me, comrades. Comrades, you have come to this meeting. If you are people of dignity, you must respect the conveners of this meeting for bringing you together. No. We don't want disruptive. And you don't want disruptive. If there are issues, I will be able to address this guy. But anyone who comes to this meeting must leave this meeting peacefully without being threatened by anyone. No, my friend. You are out of order. So what we are going to do now is to allow our comrades that are in front there to make last summary of their points. Then we allow the director of Youth Zimbabwe to give a vote of thanks. So what we are going to do is to allow the comrades in front to give a summary of our proceedings. But munoziva maZimbabweans ka tingori vanhu 7 kuzoti kodeta tiri takawandisa tichita zvinhu topara kuroana at the level of ideas. We must attack each other at the level of points, not zvokutiridzirana vanhu. All right. So I'm now going to give the last round, just 30 minutes. Obed, you have to say what you wanted without necessarily being, I know you can do much better. So I will start with Mr. Mandinde. Then we pray now, then we allow the director of the
Shay, did you say 30 minutes so that I can start now? Okay, thank you. As I wind up, I will possibly also take an opportunity to respond to the one question that had been asked to me. But the issue really goes to the raw COPAC, the constitution that we got as Zimbabwean, and how it is being interpreted. I think from the Constitutional Court and from our courts, we have received very good judgments. I think there are judgments to do with the aspect of the banning child marriages. We have had the Constitutional Court declaring issues to do with corporal punishment. We also have had the Constitutional Court dealing with a few other issues. But we must also say we have also had the Constitutional Court apply what I opted to call the doctrine of avoidance, where the Constitutional Court has deliberately not come up with decisions as and when they are due. We saw that happening especially during the just ended elections. I think the Xavier Kasukwere matter is an example where the doctrine of avoidance was applied, where the court will not come up with a proper decision, but we will come or dwell on technicalities so as not to review on the merits of a matter. So those are some of the issues. Some of my colleagues and the political parties in particular have opted to use the term that there is what we call judicial capture. As legal practitioners ourselves, we are afraid of using that particular term because we continue appearing before the courts. So we do not want to be taken to task to then have to answer for such questions, for such issues, but that's basically what other people choose to tell it. Therefore, but as we wind up, and in terms of my parting shots today, I just re-emphasize the fact that at the moment we spoke about the lack of peace. We need peace in this country. At the moment, we need to find each other as Zimbabweans. And at the moment, the issue of dialogue is necessary, and it's something that is not going to happen without us as Zimbabweans. We need to be included, all of us as Zimbabweans, from wherever, Maramba Fungwe, Uzumba, Gokwe, Binga, Choloche, Lopani, Kimanimani, Mondoro, etc., everyone has to be represented on the table. Thank you. I think those will be my parting shots.
Thank you, Mr. Mandinde. Kune imwe doctrine, musandishoredza, the doctrine of effectiveness in constitutional law. Doctrine of effectiveness, yakafana kuti ndikasvika pamba pako iwewe. ndikatoti ndindatove baba pano vana vepapa vakatoti vachitoniti baba ndichitoplaya role yababa ndichitodii ndindatove baba yepapo inonzi doctrine of effectiveness. Ndikauya kuorganization yako kana kuti muri SRC muri mastudents ndoti ndindatove president weSRC mastudents ototi president Ruanya ndiwatove leader wedu vachitodini ndichitoita zvese ndichitodii inonzi doctrine of effectiveness. Inowanza kuitwa nevanoita mamilitary coup aya. Munhu akaita military coup even tichiziva kuti military coup is unconstitutional. Asi uyo anenge aita kuya vanhu vakatotanga kuti ndiwatove president achitoone motaked achitochea makabinet ndio atoachi inonzi doctrine of effectiveness.
Okay, my parting shot, we have to maintain peace always. I'm one person who does not subscribe to the doctrine of despondency and anarchy. We saw great nations fall like Libya because of despondency and anarchy. We need to save Zimbabwe from doom. No Zimbabwean deserves to die for a politician. What we need to do is to ensure that we get every Zimbabwean to be peaceful as we try to find means to transition, to change the government. Kana ini ZANU PF yacha ndito ideo. Asi kuti ti support despondence azviko.
Thank you very much. Let me obviously register my displeasure against, I'm a spokesperson of the alternative government, and part of my responsibility is to protect members of the media. So at times when they see us, they exercise their freedom to, slaughter, because we protect them. And it's an unnegotiable position for some of us, because the media must be protected. But I see that people who have tempers, but you have just heard hallucinations and delusions of grandeur. And such delusions of grandeur are not a new phenomena in the Zimbabwean body politic. People travel across the world, people do whatever they do, they've got the freedom. But the danger, and let me say this for posterity, so that the history records is very clearly. And for revolutionaries here, when you sell your soul to the devil, the immediate thing that departs is common sense. That is the immediate thing that departs. So trinkets and trappings of dictatorship have done that, and history is awash. I'm a student of history. Why I'm not shocked about such is because I read upon my history. I understand that history has a tendency of repeating itself. You know that comrades were killed during the liberation struggle because of a person called Albert Nyati. You know that people sell a revolution for trinkets and trappings of fascism and dictatorship. And people, the unfortunate thing is that people die, people get arrested on the basis of fabricated hallucinations. But for some of us now, and let the history know it, when we joined the democratic opposition politics, we were conscious that this struggle will require us to be ideologically astute, so that we don't sell the revolution, so that we don't abandon the ordinary people, so that we suffer the consequences. This is not the first time, because that a few weeks ago, I was charged with inciting violence because of wearing a Highlanders t-shirt. There is always going to be victimization. But when they give us as blows, to us it is water to the revolution. And when we die, we know that we didn't abandon the revolution. We left a mark in the annals of history that the people must be free. That's why we are not scared. That's why we are not petrified. Jail is part of the revolution. Jail is part of the struggle. And there are always going to be those that aid jailing of genuine Democrats, genuine revolutionaries. That Prof. Ruanya, in our yesterday movement, as I conclude, some of our legitimate members of parliament were elected by people, were recalled by some who went to the bed with the regime. But look, dictatorship will always have that. They will take you, they will use you, you abandon the struggle, And just like that other thing that people use during their private time, you'll be used and be dumped. That is the nature of fascist. So we are not, worried. We are focused on the genuine. And the genuine concentration for some of us is that our people must be free. That our people, as long as our people still live a life worse than the dogs of the rich, we are going to fight dictatorship. Whatever laws come, whatever fabrication come, whether they charge us with rape, whether they charge us with insurgency, whether they charge us with treason. Mandela stayed in prison. Revolutionaries like Tongo Gara, Nikita Mangena, they stayed in prison for this freedom that we are talking about. So these are part and parcel of the bruises that oil our national democratic revolution, and we are not flabbergasted. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think maybe my parting shots, I think there is an issue where comrades are saying, how then do we get everyone to be dialoguing? I think it is important for us to understand the stages of dialogue, that we have a stage for consultation. Then some people will get a mandate.